is going to be at a level with it. Again, there's a slight slope downwards. That just is to stop me getting them all out of key with each other. So just a slight indication of the nose. The nose is not vital, this drawing. We're not too concerned with it. We're really, really concerned with what's happening between the eyes and the mouth. The way that the pulling outwards of the mouth by the action of the cheek has as a result, and I'm taking a darker colour here, a closing of the eyes. Sometimes the eyes completely close in a big smile. They're pretty closed here. Okay, so now I'm sort of sure, fairly sure that that things are going to go in, and I can return to the open mouth. We define the bottom edge of the teeth, of the top teeth, to match the arches we've already done on the at where they reach the gum. There we go. But what's different here is that we also see the row of the second teeth, of the lower teeth. They're not, the divisions between those are not so obvious because they tend to be more even. The lower teeth tend to be sort of straight. Now, here's the lower lip. It covers the gum, the lower gum, so that is the defining line for the lower teeth. Avoid the use of black or dark, really dark brown in the interior of mouths. It just looks dirty. It's much better to use a nice hot reddish colour. It can be reddy brown, but never black, never dark brown. And of course now the mouth is turning away out of sight. And that means that the side of the mouth, the actual facial area around the mouth, disappears and reappears now in this bunched form. Back to the eyes to accent the fact that they're nearly closed and give a little bit of strength to them, perhaps a bit of blue. Generally, shadows around the eyeshadow apart, tend to be cooler, as they are indeed on the nose. Cooler in colour, that is, by which I mean greeny, bluer, less pink, less red. Although when you get to the tip of the nose, or the top of the nose, you can find some quite hot colours too. And you see that's the top of the bunching of the cheek. So it leaves the lower lid as a little high point and pushing up to nearly close the eye. Same thing happening here. Now, exposing the lower teeth, as in this drawing here, is fine because it's a big open mouth smile and it looks like a smile. But there is a problem if you expose too much of the lower teeth. It makes another expression altogether. It's like baring the teeth, and as the lower edges of the mouth are pulled down and the lower teeth become the more prominent. The more prominent the lower teeth are, the more aggressive is the expression. Now you will see I'm drawing the top arch of the upper lip. And notice one thing that's missing. The lower teeth are more exposed, but the upper teeth, we can't see the gums. The divisions we can see, but they are as a result of the little bits of shadow in the interstices of the upper teeth. But you can't see the gums. In other words, the mouth has covered the lower teeth while exposing the lower ones. And it's got this characteristic square shape. Aggressive mouths are square-shaped. So I'm just putting some darker shadow in here to show how the mouth is curving downwards. And then where it disappears between the bared teeth, this is a red, quite a reddy brown colour, so that'll give a gap. We'll put in the lower lip as well, and you can see this characteristic pull down of the outer side, and the curve, the top curve of the lower lip is reflecting the curve of the upper lip too, this same downward shape. Now I have to make a division between the teeth, and since it's aggressive, it doesn't matter too much if the divisions between them do look a bit hard. But I'm going to use the same principle as before, which is dividing the teeth, the front teeth from the top, by their edges. As I'm doing this, I see that what I've done here is I haven't tied that up with the inferred division at the top, so I'll change those to make sure it does. Now we've got to the centre, that's the centre one. Curving round, that is coinciding with the top one, that's all right. Slight unevenness. The arc, the dental arc that we've talked about before is there. And this is the... Now here, because it is an aggressive expression, I think we can do a little bit of division, just a little bit. Maybe even a little bit more. And just a final bit of definition around the side. And probably a component of this which makes it more obvious what's happening is these two lines here from the nose. That's an anguished or aggressive, but certainly not a happy mouth. And there's not much difference between those two. All we've done is expose more of the lower teeth and pull the corners of the mouth down. Now, up to now we've been dealing mainly with the mouth, the smile, the open mouth, teeth showing. But the human face is capable of thousands of expressions. It's a good idea to get, if you can persuade a friend to pose for you, someone who's fairly extrovert and will make lots of silly expressions, aggressive expressions. Take a series of photographs, and then you've got reference to study them from. This is one that I took of a friend of mine, and it's sort of worried more than aggressive. This time I'm using gouache, and I'm going to start with the red triangle as usual. So I sort of think it's somewhere like that. Okay.